Right, so I've done both sections at the back. I've combed it all the way through, just so we have dragged the root a bit further than the previous regrowth. Now, what I like to do, once the back's all done, I like to then get in my lived-in blonde look at the back, because the reason why I do the back first is because you don't get a lot of heat from the back. You get a lot more heat, obviously, around the front, obviously, around the front area from the head. So I like to give the back a real good head start first. So that's what I tend to do. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my section, about 1/2 inch section, and then clip the rest out of the way. I like to give it another comb through. Then take your section above that. And then I like to do nice size weaves, okay, like this. And I'm going to be using the Framer foils. They are amazing. And it is these ones here. So I'm using the Framer foils, and I'm going to be using a balayage board as well. And for my lightener, I'm using flash lift, and I'm using 20 volts because we have got a lot of warmth that we need to remove. And here is the flash lift, and it's Redkin. It's amazing. And what I like about it, it doesn't swell as well, so you can get really, really close to the root. So let's get our first foil in. They tend to stick together a lot. So if you've got an apprentice, you can get them to obviously peel them apart, which is really good. It saves a lot of time. Okay, so I like to use a balayage board because you can get a lot of pressure onto the hair and a lot more saturation. When I first put my pre-lightener on, I don't go down, I swipe up. I swipe up because it's going to give it a nice seamless effect. So we swipe up, and we just swipe up into that root mount that we've done. Okay, so then we swipe across, make sure the hair is completely saturated. So I'm really concentrating on where it's really warm. And as we get towards the end, it's not as bright what it is in the mid section. Okay, so once we've done that, I then get another foil, and then I just place it over the top. Okay, that way we don't get any colour transfer. So you have to bear in mind, this is like a colour correction. So my client's got a lot of warmth. So what I don't want to do, I don't want to go straight in with loads and loads and loads of pre-lightener, because obviously it's on a journey, so it's going to take time. But we can get your my client onto that journey. I don't like to do too much on the hair the first time. Okay, then we take down another section. So I'm doing 1/2 inch sections all the way through. Take your section again. All the hair. Okay, so nice size section and the weaving. Get your balayage board, put your foil on the top and fold over. That's it. If you haven't used a balayage board before, it will take some getting used to. So remember, I'm going to swipe the colour in towards the root section. And then for the mid section, there's a lot of vibrant warmth colour going on in there, so I'm really saturating that. And this is what I'm going to be doing all the way till I get to the top of my section. Okay, so another foil over the top, get your ends out like so, and then fold over. Okay, so what I'm going to do the same as what I've done on these two sections right to the top of my section. Okay, so half an inch section. Get your balayage board and your foil, fold it over. Remember, swipe up towards the root. And you get a real nice seamless blend. Okay, I'm leaving my ends out because obviously they're quite light anyway. So we don't want to be putting any more pre-lightening on there because this colour here isn't going to go any lighter than that. So what you don't want is these ends a lot lighter. So we want a nice even colour result. Until, like on our next colour application, when we can get her a lot lighter, then we can start obviously bringing it again through the ends so it all matches in. Okay, so take the next section down. I know like your client might go, oh, I want it really blonde, and you know, but the thing is, you just got to take into consideration like their hair and everything like that, because it is a lot on the hair at first go, and I'm all about keeping the hair in good condition. Because also you don't know, you know, what your client might be doing at home as well on the hair, like if they have like the straighteners on too hot or the tongs. So you do a lot of, you know, colour on the client first go. It, you know, you're putting a lot of, what's the word? Let's get those bits in. Yeah, you know, you're putting a lot of colour on first of all, do you know what I mean? So, and then you've got to think, oh, what's my client going to be doing at home, you know, and stuff like that. And then next time they see you, the hair's just going to be all dry and it's just not going to be good. But this way, it's going to be a lived in colour, it's going to be nice and subtle, and we can get the client onto the journey of having really blonde hair, but in a nice, healthy way. So yeah, I'm just nearly to the top. And then I'll show you what I will be doing on this section as well. So remember, swipe the colour up towards the root. Where it's a little bit warm and a little bit vibrant towards those ends, you can just give it a little bit of a colour. That's it. But not right onto the ends, you see. Get your ends down. So you can see those ends out of the foil, they are really light. So you think we've done a root mount here, so it's a lot darker. That is gonna make this pop so much already. So that does not need any colour on it again. want to get that real close, that's it, okay. So I'm going in with the product, swipe towards the rate, and really concentrate that midsection there. So swipe the brush in all different directions, make sure that is really saturated. And so, another foil and place over the top. So just to recap, so we've done our root mount, so I've worked at the back first, so I've worked from the bottom to the top doing the root mount, and then I've combed through. That is a really good tip to learn from, because normally I would like do it from the top and work the way down like that, but like over the years doing hairdressing you pick up so many tips and I want to share that with you. So remember, clean section and then pinch and twist and then work your way up like that. And I tell you what, because you're holding the hair up like that, it's out of the way and it's not going to transfer any colour. So it's such a real good tip. So I've done that at the back, and then obviously I'm taking my sections all the way through, and I'm doing 1/2 inch sections all the way through at the back, and then nice good size weaves, and then obviously putting the foil onto the board, and then obviously getting it real close to the root, and make sure when you're putting the colour on you swipe up towards that root mount. Okay, so we're nearly towards the top now. So you can see that sort of size section, can't you? Because obviously we want to see a difference. We want to see that blonde going through as well. So you don't want to take too fine weaves. You want a nice fair size. There's no right way or wrong way, but I want to be able to see a difference. Obviously putting this blonde in today for my client. So obviously the finer the weave, it's not going to be, more, quite an impact. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do these 2 back sections, and I'm not doing the front because I want to show you the difference. So we can see like the complete difference, obviously, in the colour today to what she's got at the moment. Because I don't know about you, but like when you take your before picture and stuff on your client, and then you can't wait to take that after picture, your client forgets like what the hair looks like. So when you show your client like that before picture and to the after picture, they're like, oh my god, it's crazy. You just forget, don't you? So this is what I want to do today. I want to leave the front. I want to do the 2 back sections, and then we can compare like the difference. So it's really exciting. Right, so now this is the bit that I'd like to show you. So this is the top section, okay? So it's a little bit wider left, so I'm just going to take one more section down, okay? So it's probably less than 1/2 inch. So just going to do this one last section. Again, make sure you do nice size weaves, okay? Right, so swipe up towards the root, okay? Swipe up. And then make sure you really saturate the midsection, or wherever the colour may be on your client, where it's a lot heavier with the different colours that your client might have. Because don't forget, this is basically, I'm doing sort of like a colour correction now. Can you see like how light it is on those ends? We don't want to be putting any more on that. Because don't forget, we're not probably going to get this like really super blonde. Just going to get it a really nice. I'm trying to get it up to like a level 9. Level 10 will be good. But the thing is, with colour correction, you don't know until you actually like get in there and like start doing it. I always do a test piece, obviously beforehand, just to see how much we can actually lift up the hair and still keeping it in really, really good condition. That is so, so important. I can't stress that enough, because you just don't want loads of like being like really blonde, but then obviously after a while it just goes all really dry and frizzy. This is why I'm sort of spacing them out quite a fair bit. Right, so now what I do on the last section, I comb this down a bit more, okay? Right, because we want a bit more of a root shadow through the top section. Okay, so I comb that right down, and then I do tiny, tiny weaves, okay? But now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna comb it up, and then I'm gonna back comb it a little bit. Okay, just tease it a little bit. And then, oh, my back hair falls on the floor. Right, so we've combed it up, and then we comb it down, and I'm teasing it a little bit. Now I'm just gonna get my foil and place it underneath, okay? So you'll see now you've got the back comb here on the board. Just comb that out the way, like that, okay? So it's off the board. And then we do the same again. So we swipe up towards the colour. I like to give that root effect a little bit more on the top, because I like to sort of see that more. It's almost, it's like, I'm losing my words today. It's I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say now. But yeah, I like to drag it down a bit more, put it that way. Okay, so there's a bit of colour underneath. Like I said before, with me, I'm, very easy going. Like I try and not make things too very complicated, like saying certain things. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm very just, I'm me, basically. Either love it or hate it. So hope you like it. So there we go. So that is that section done now. So what I'm gonna do, I'll come back in a minute after I've done this back section. So see you in a minute.